Hey, what did you guys think about the episode? I thought it was a pretty good episode. Got a little crunk at the end. Like I was just trying to. I'm doing three duties. I was trying to hold the laptop up, watch their Instagram live, look back on Facebook to see the live on there to make sure everything was going all right. So we'll see how everything had turned out. But let's get into it. This is Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 1. And in this episode, seems like the main thing is trying to get everybody back on track. So we have Dr. Heavenly coming over to Quad's house to speak with her, apologize and trying to get the friendship back in order and trying to get the other ladies back on with her too. In this episode, basically it's about getting Quad and Dr. Simone back together. That's what I took out of it. And then those are the two there. And then it's about Heavenly and Sweet Tea. And we know, oh God, this thing is so dark you can barely see me. Let me get in the light a little bit. But we know that Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly have been back and forth all for most of the spring last year. It's back and forth till it culminated with Dr. Heavenly making that post about Sweet Tea's husband being a child lover because Sweet Tea is so young. Who knows? But in this episode, so you got I might be out of order because I wouldn't even I didn't get a chance to take notes, so I might do this again. Recap it again when I actually get a chance to sit and watch it instead of doing all these different duties, because we did a watch along on Facebook in the Married to Medicine group. But you have Phaedra going over to, you have Sweet Tea going over to Phaedra house to learn how to swim. So then that's when Phaedra talks to Dr. G, and they're talking about what had happened with Heavenly, and what she said about him, and also that Sweet Tea didn't know how to swim, so she over there struggling in that pool, honey. Look like she's scared of water. That's what it looked like to me. And so Phaedra, she always gonna come out with her dramatic, with her get up and clothes and all that, and showing off that shapely body with them thunder thighs. So go ahead, Phaedra. But so she talks to them. I had almost forgot that, yes, Phaedra and Dr. G were friends, or are friends. Okay, so we go from there. Then Heavenly has a dinner and invites Simone and Cecil over. Now, in this episode, Cecil was doing a lot of talking. I think Cecil was trying to get a check, or they really, like they say, trying to get a show. Because, honey, he was in there. He said he was wanting his wife and Quad's relationship to be back, back friendly and everything. But I think he did a lot of talking. So he did a lot of talking. I said, I'm going to have to call him Chatty Cecil, honey, because Cecil was in there. I said, either he's trying to keep Simone with a job, and maybe he didn't think her storyline was strong enough, so he in there putting it on, honey. He is putting it on. So he was putting his 2 cents in, as we know that they were planning the Whitnick, and they had invited everyone. She did not invite Quad, so he did. And then we see that at the Whitnick, they also have some other uninvited guests, which are the Metcalfs, Dr. Contessa and Scott. So as we go along, I'm trying to remember, I should have been writing things down. But as we go along, so they're talking, they had the what is that, hibachi or whatever. I don't like that kind of food, but they had that hibachi outside, and Dr. Heavenly and her husband, Dr. Damon and Simone and Dr. Simone and Cecil were eating. And Cecil brings up the fact about saying that did Heavenly tell you about her and Letitia? So that's when Heavenly goes on to say that Dr. Heavenly goes on to say that, hey, Letitia doesn't have anything to lose, basically. Let me take my glasses off. She doesn't have anything to lose. And if she comes from my man, I'm coming for her man. Or if she comes for my job, I'm coming for her man. Either way it goes, she said she don't have nothing to lose, so she coming for that girl's man. So that's when it went as far as it was about the porno, child porn, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know if YouTube gonna mess with me or not. But with all that, so God, I can't even see. But so they had they were eating in a confessional. Dr. Simone was like, Cecil is effing up now because he bringing up stuff that don't need to be brought up. They having a good time and all that. So as we go along, finally Dr. Jackie comes in when her and Dr. Heavenly were looking for wigs. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing. Dr. Jackie, I don't remember too much of her saying too much, and Toya really didn't have a lot either. But Toya and her husband made it known that when their scene was in, that he just got done eating. And I will say, you can tell that Dr. Eugene has lost some weight. He's looking good. Seems like they're in a good place in their relationship. Also, Toya looks nice too. Looks very nice. So everybody looks nice, you know. So fast forward, where we're at now, because I'm going to redo this live. But this is the live after the show. And I couldn't wait till the show come on. So after that, we had well, let's just get to the Whitnick. So at the Whitnick, everybody's supposed to be dressed like the 90s, right? So I thought they said they graduated college in the 80s. So maybe it's supposed to be like late 80s, early 90s. I'm 52. So I kind of know late 80s, early 90s. That was kind of my era of, being a teenager into womanhood. So everybody kind of came with the theme. Dr. Heavenly looked like Babs. Phaedra looked like Hoochie Mama. She says that she was such a Christian woman that, she didn't get a chance to go to Freaknik. Dr. Heavenly said if she was going to Freaknik, and if she met Dr. Damon at Freaknik, they probably had babies earlier. Dr. Simone, and she was dressed in, I think she was called De La Simone. And I can't remember what Cecil was. Their names were. The only one I really remember was Queen Letitia. And I was like, I'm gonna watch it again and write everything down. I'm gonna redo this live. I mean, do another recap. But so they all had they all come there to the Whitnick, and Curtis, Dr. Jackie's husband. Dr. Jackie, I thought she looked real cute with the Adidas suits on. They came, and everybody came in like those low, what do you call those cars with the hydraulic, old school cars. And so when they came, Dr. Jackie's husband, Curtis, he got a drink. I'm gonna call that a suicide. It had every liquor in it and was smoking. So he was drinking that. And then we had Dr. Heavenly, her little hair thing was all the way wrong. And somebody should have told her strap was hanging out. out of her shirt. And Dr. Damon, he didn't dress up at all. So then we had Letitia, I thought looked cute because people did wear the jumpers in the 90s. And she had on like the hoochie mama like Daisy Duke like jumper, which I thought was really cute. Especially when she was them years she probably was not even born yet. Or, probably wouldn't even thought about. So, but yeah, she had that all together. Her mama must have told her right. So then they had Dr. G looked nice too. So, but then the Scott Metcalf, Dr. Scott Metcalf, and Dr. Contessa. Oh, they looked cute. But Dr. Scott Metcalf got up there and was rapping. And he got a single or something. He didn't give that one up. So then, Quad makes this grand entry. So her entry, she comes in this low riding car, like everybody else came in, but she's late and so she gets there, and then Simone's on the microphone and said, "Oh, we have an unexpected guest, Simone." But in her confessions, Dr. Simone said, basically, I don't give a fuck. These oh God. So I would say this episode was really good, but when we get down to the end of it, look, I'm just looking crazy. My little dress is everywhere. I can't. Okay. Yeah. There we go. When we get down to the end, the nitty gritty, I'm going to say that Sweet Tea had no business going over to Dr. Damon and talking to him. I think it's best that if there's an issue, Dr. Damon and Dr. G settle that away from the women, because men usually do. Women are catty. We're going to say a lot of bull crap and then keep mess going. So while I was watching the show, I also was watching Dr. Heavenly and Quad's live on Instagram. And Dr. Heavenly had stated all her thoughts about Letitia and was saying, or Sweet Tea, how Sweet Tea basically wants to fight people, that she can't handle the back and forth. So Sweet Tea, Dr. Heavenly were saying she can deal with Dr. Contessa. She's Dr. Contessa is a doctor, so she's not going to try to fight for real. And they can use their words. They can throw the shade and whatever, say, cuss each other out or whatever. But Sweet Tea, Dr. Heavenly states she's not ready for that, because Sweet Tea wants to fight. And these professional women are not going to fight. Why would they lose their doctor license or, the MDs over a show? They're here to entertain. And if you can't take this type of heat, you need to get out. So how do we get here? It was some things that was said on Instagram, or not even Instagram, on YouTube, that when Dr. Heavenly and Carlos King went live, and they were talking about Letitia's medical issues. And for the most part, I do agree. Being a woman of a certain age, but she was, I guess Letitia got upset that Dr. Heavenly had made the statements about being that she's a woman, and that she thought that Letitia knew that she had these issues before she got with Dr. G. Now, there's a debate with other women about that. I'm going to say, yeah. Because even I've been in the military, and this little hair is just getting on my nerves. I don't know which way to go with it. But I've been in the military, and I've had issues. And I remember I had to have laser surgery. I was 19 at the time. So, and this is back in 1992. So if I had this kind of surgery done back then, in 92, I'm pretty sure she knew she had some type of issues. Maybe she didn't know it to that extent, but I think she knew that there was she might have had it might have been a little problem there. Okay, not to say that she was infertile or nothing like that, but I think she knew some of the issues she had going on. Not that she just found out when she's got on the show. I don't believe that. And I guess this is getting on my nerves. Dr. Heavenly said the same thing. So, that was started it. So when there was a live where there was, I think it was Phaedra, Toya, Dr. Heavenly, Sweet Tea, and Alicia. Alicia and Sweet Tea was together. Well, looks like Dr. Heavenly at the time, she had a look like a shower cap on because people wanted her to come in. So she came in, but she said she had just got out of the tub. So she came in and it went all the way left for her and Sweet Tea, to the point where Sweet Tea said something about Dr. Heavenly's dead mama being in hell. And that's when Dr. Heavenly said, well, my mama in hell, but she have a baby before you. And that's where all this kind of, because remember, all this did not play out on the show. It played out in social media while reviewing the show. So that's kind of where all that started. So it went as far as to Dr. Heavenly stating, because she stated it, I think she said it kind of once a little bit, but she went into depth. I remember watching her live when she had DJ Ricky Sky on her show. And she talked about how Sweet Tea's mom had came to the reunion in jeans and ready to throw fists, ready to fight with Dr. Heavenly. And Dr. Heavenly says she didn't even know. This is getting on my nerves. She didn't even know, and it made it worse. She didn't even know that was Sweet Tea's mom. She came there dressed up in jeans and, ready to scrap. Might even have a little Vaseline on her face, allegedly. So she came there to fight, and it came to the point where Dr. Damon had to say something to Sweet Tea's mom and told her, lady, basically to, leave. And I think they had got security, but she waited till the lights were down. And that's when she came at Dr. Heavenly. And Dr. Heavenly said, shoot, I'm older than Sweet Tea's mom. At the time, Dr. Heavenly was 53. She said, I am too old to be fighting. I'm not going to be fighting. That's not for me. I'm not going to be fighting. And I'm a professional here. We're supposed to be fighting with our words. And she said, that's what I got security for. So that's how that went. So, and I guess she wasn't supposed to speak of it, but she did anyways, because I think the first person who let it out was Toya. Toya let it out about Sweet Tea's mom trying to come and fight Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly at the reunion. So there's that. So when Sweet Tea comes and approaches Dr. Damon at the Whitney, I just think she just didn't have to do that. She could have asked her husband to talk to Dr. Damon, maybe somewhere else, at another time, say, hey, can we talk, instead of her going over, because like Dr. Heavenly said, women's stuff should stay with the women. And that way she don't have no reason to come up to Dr. Damon and say anything. And that way it won't be appearing that Dr. Damon is having the words with her and causing the issue where the men would feel like his wife may be threatened or anything like that. So while she was having words, Dr. G came over. He said, oh, we're all getting along. So then Dr. Heavenly makes her way over there. And you could tell Dr. Heavenly is probably about 3 or 4 sheets in the wind, look like to me. Look like that Coke 45 and brown liquor was doing her in. So she had, so once all that was going on, Dr. Heavenly comes over, and you could tell she wasn't having it. And Dr. G had spoke, and she spoke back. Then it just kind of went left. And the next thing that I remember saying at the end was Dr. Heavenly. I mean, there were some other words said, but they was kind of going back and forth about who said what or whatever. And Dr. Heavenly was just like, Letitia first said, if she doesn't quit saying these like false things or whatever, I'm going to send a cease and desist. And then the Instagram live, Dr. Heavenly said, well, CT must have just learned that. Somebody just told her about this, and now she said she really makes like Sweet Tea is not that bright. And we know Sweet Tea is, she might be a little country, but I'm pretty sure she's pretty smart. And I think she's just a little, what is she, Gen Z? No, she might be a millennial. But people. Yeah, she's a millennial. I think when you look at that millennials and Gen X, you can't do nothing with Gen X or Gen X. But so, Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly have words. And then next thing we know, Dr. Heavenly said, somebody gonna come get this bitch off me. Well, they just getting her away from her or whatever, because Dr. Heavenly was just not feeling Sweet Tea. And I don't know how many episodes this is going to take for them to get into a better space. But then it's going to culminate into a very bad space, because I know they all kind of went live with Dr. Heavenly, and Sweet Tea definitely did, about whatever incident happened. I believe it was on maybe a trip or something. I'm not sure. But that's some of my thoughts I would give tonight. That premiere episode. I like Married to Memphis. I'm going to give it a 10. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was cute. Some of the things, it gave a lot of backstory, but, us as to last year, what happened. But what did Phaedra bring? She revamped the show. She brought it back to life. What did she bring in this episode? Some tall boots and some hoochie shorts? And a swimming lesson? She did a swimming lesson. And I know she talked to Toya at her house. Toya came to her house. But to me, this scene was all about Dr. Heavenly, Sweet Tea, Simone, and Quad. That's what it's about. And if this is the storylines is going to be, this season is going to be about Sweet Tea, Dr. Heavenly, Quad, and Simone. And I don't know where Dr. Jackie sit in there. I don't know what Toya got going in there. And who else is there? Oh, Contessa, she's back. Everybody had the eyes looking when she rolled up in there. But I don't know. I think Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea and Quad are going to be I think going to have the storylines this season, because Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly, I think they're going to get along, but then I think Sweet Tea is about to pop off of somebody. And that's what Dr. Heavenly was saying, that she thinks Sweet Tea's a little immature, but Dr. Heavenly pops off on people too. So, but I don't know, maybe Sweet Tea, I guess because Sweet Tea wants to fight. And I think that's the issue with Dr. Heavenly, is that they're wanting to, she's wanting to throw fists. She wants to come at the women. And she's getting that frustrated that she can't use her words. But, that's how we are when we're young. But Dr. G looks nice. I would say he looks nice, and he does not look like he could be Sweet Tea's father. To me, they don't look like, if I didn't know them, I would say, ooh, he's so much older than her. I wouldn't say that, especially if he's shaving. I mean, but a lot of people have gray beards, but he does not look like he's, how many years is he older than her? 20 something? Almost 30 years older than her? Something like that. He doesn't. I think he looks very nice for his age. I mean, and maybe because I don't think Sweet Tea looks as young. I would say Sweet Tea May to me looks a little older than her age. I feel. I mean, I think she's a nice looking girl. She just don't look. I would. I think he looks a little younger, and I believe she looks a little older. Because usually when you're in your 30s, you can almost look. I don't know. When I was in my 30s, my early 30s, I looked. If I had to be an actress, I could play a part of a person that was still in high school almost. I mean, because I look young. But then you get to an age where you kind of catch up. Right now, I'm catching the hell up real quickly. But I think Sweet Tea she looks like she could be in her, I would say mid to late 30s. And I think Dr. G looks like he could be in his 40s. He could be in his late 40s. But to me, they don't look so. He doesn't look way older than her. I think he looks nice, and I think she looks nice too. And I appreciated her outfit. I think out of all the outfits for the Whitnick, I liked Sweet Teas. I just wouldn't have been. My husband would have never, even when I was that young, had my ass just twerking. No, we wouldn't have did that. No, I mean if I'm twerking on him, but I wouldn't have it. So it's just for the camera. We wouldn't have did it. That's when you talk about young people these days. And I liked Simone's outfit. And I love Dr. Jackie's. I would rock what she had on. Phaedra, I would wear hers too, but I would have, but it just it gave me what she dresses like now anyways. It didn't give that. And I thought Dr. Heavenly is always trying to be comical, so her outfit was funny. But Contessa and Scott, they look good. I thought they fit the theme really well. Just Scott, lay off the rapping. Leave that for the rappers. And you are the doctor. You go ahead and do the medical thing and let the rappers do the rap thing, because that ain't working out for you. But all in all, like I said, this one I thought it was pretty good. So now I have to go back and rewatch it and do a better live. Do a better review rather. I would do another review, but I thought it was a good episode. It really was. And if you would like, we do have a Married to Medicine group on Facebook where we're talking all things Married to Medicine, and all of the cast, current and former castmates. Even Frasier, because Frasier's going over to Atlanta Housewives, so I know that's going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be good because of Phaedra. Maybe she go over there and act like she really supposed to act. Because I really think if Phaedra is not giving nothing, and when they make her work, when Shireen gets on there and Apollo, Phaedra going to cut out. I don't know. But that's it. That's my thoughts. Good episode. Married to Medicine. Season 11. Episode 1. I've been so busy doing all this other stuff, trying to hold my dang on laptop up for the live so they could see what the other people were seeing, then jump back and play the TV. I'm over here looking crazy. All greasy and everything. But it was a good show. And like I said, you could come join our conversation on Married with the number 2 Medicine Facebook group on Facebook, or you could join me back over here. I'll be reviewing it again tomorrow after I go on Patreon and hear what Dr. Heavenly has said, and I come back and let you guys know everything that all the hot things she hit on. But I'm going to go back and rewatch the show and re-look at the live and then come back with all of my thoughts, and I can have everything written down, be able to hit all the different points. But just based off of that, I mean, to me, they came in pretty good, I thought. Let me know your thoughts. Remember to like and subscribe. And thank you for listening. And next time, hopefully we'll be able to get more people on and we can do actually a panel, which would be nice. I can actually talk with you guys and then we can know exactly, some of the points that I may have missed. And you can tell me some things or some backstory on things, but I enjoyed it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye-bye.